brewer65 back at it again. I'm actually not going to be cooking right now. I'm going to be brewing. Yeah, I need to make some beer. So, I'm actually going to post this video on my Facebook page because friends and family there actually have never seen me brew beer, so it's probably going to be a lengthy video. And those of you who have seen me brew on YouTube may or may not want to watch this, but anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be doing a Wiesenbach today, and then I'll repeat the process again next week using the same yeast strain when I transfer from primary to secondary, but I won't film that. But anyway, it's a cloudy day, it's supposed to rain, and so a good day to brew. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take you through the process of what it takes to brew. I'm looking at about a 5 or 6 hour day brew session, if you will. Anyway, let's get started. All right, what we have here is I got measured out all my grains, and then but they're unmilled, so I have to mill them, or basically break them apart. So that's what I'm going to do now. And no, you're not going to watch the whole process. I just want to give you a little sample of what I go through. Okay. Let me step over here. So I'm going to mill up the rest of these and show you the next step. All right, there you go. This is what the grains look like after I crush them, and that's basically the beer right there. That's what I'm going to mash. So we'll be back. All right, I said I would show you all the processes I go through to make beer. So right now I've got the mash water coming up to temp. I need to bring it up to, I think it's 168 to get a mash, so I can, when I add the grains, that will bring the temperature back down to around 157, which is what my target mash temp is supposed to be. So I've got to remove the thermometer in there, and I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and then we'll go from there. All right, here we go. Mashed water is up to temp. Time to dough in, which is what they call it. Got to pour a little bit at a time, so not to create what they call dough balls, which would be the grains. They just form a ball, but then they don't absorb any water with that ball. So but they do form eventually, or sometimes. You just break them up if you see them. Yeah, see? Try to mix a big blob of grains in there, and they create dough balls. So that is why you should slowly add in your grains. yeah, so my target temperature for this, once all the grains are in there, should be, well, I want to be 157. The higher the mash temperature, or the higher that you mash in at, dictates what the beer is going to be as far as body and alcohol content. Lower mash temps gives you a drier beer, a little bit more alcohol content. Higher mash temps gives you a full of body, heavier beer, I guess, if you will, a fuller body beer, but the and lower alcohol. So this will be, I'm going for a fuller body beer. And depending on the style that you're trying to do. But again, that's the thing about all grain, is that you've got the ability to pretty much make it any way you want it. I normally do, my mash temps are normally at about 157. 158, I believe, is the top end that you want to go to. 147, I believe, is the lower end of the spectrum, but it does make a difference. Alright, now I have to get my thermometer out without throwing out my back here. We're good there. And see where we're at. Oh. Didn't hit it what I wanted to. I'm hitting 154, so oh well. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now, other than I could add more hot water to it to raise up the, but you know, 3 degrees. I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to turn out to be beer anyway. So this sits. This is considered the mash. This will sit for an hour, and basically what this will do is this will take the starches in the grain and will convert them to fermentable sugars, and that's will make our beer. Once this is done, we'll rinse the grains, put it into the brew pot, and we will have wort, and that gets boiled for an hour, add our hops, yada yada yada. But anyway, we'll go back to that when we come back, if that makes any sense. We'll go back to that when we come back. What the hell are you talking about? Leave me alone. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, I wanted to show you this real quick. I had to devise a little winch system because of my back to hoist up these coolers full of, whether it's the mash or just plain water because of the weight. So let's see if this works. Well, I know it's going to work. It's just a matter of hoisting it up there. Actually, let me put this over here. Alright. A little squeaky. I actually wanted to get, and I still might, get a electric winch. Be a lot easier. But alright. piece of cake, right? Alright. Tangled here. So that's it. That's how I hoist up my mash tun and also my water, which I won't show you. Alright, we'll be back after an hour. Alright, well, while the grains or while the mash is going for an hour, I have to get some more water, which is my sparge water, and get that up to temperature, which is what I'm going to be using to rinse the grains. So we'll see that shortly. Alright, here we go. My mash is complete. The sugars have converted, the starches have converted to sugars. There's two ways to tell that. One is you can use iodine test, or the other one is just dip your finger in there and taste it. If it tastes sweet, they've converted. So I've got my strike water up here. This is all gravity fed. I'm going to unload some of this water. Basically, the strike water kind of stops the conversion process. So, yeah. And everyone's like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to add a little bit of water here. What I'm going to do is what they call batch sparging, which is basically I'm going to drain this wort into the boil kettle. Then I'm going to add more of this strike water back to it, mix it up a little bit, and let it sit for another 15 minutes until we're completely done, kind of, you know what I mean. But anyway, but yeah, so this is all said and done. Mix this up a little bit, and then I'm going to go directly into the boil kettle. Can I move that so you can see it? Or will you get dizzy? And I just open this up all the way. And, yeah, take this out here. Drain this into the boil kettle. When it's done with this amount of water from the mash tun, I fill up the mash tun with the strike water, mix it up, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then do the same process. So we'll be back when we're ready to boil. Alright, here we go. Let's start the boil process. Get this sucker lit up somewhere. Alright. The boil process has started. I'll let you know what happens. Well, you'll see what happens when she gets up to boil. Alright, here we go. The boil has begun. This is your best friend. Because to prevent boilovers, spray it with water and turn down the gas. You don't have to do this forever. Just initially, when it first starts to boil. Keeps it at bay. You can do this on the stove too. Oh my God, that smells so good. Not a lot of people like that smell though, but I love it. And I believe Donna's become accustomed to it, and she likes it too. But anyway, yeah, so, well, let me get this part out of the way first before I add my bittering hops, which has to be boiled for 60 minutes. And I've got those in a hot bag. And actually adding hops kind of causes this too. Turn it down a little bit more. course, with it being a sweet aroma, attracts the bees. Oh yeah. Good to go. All right. Now goes in the bittering hops for 60 minutes. I put them in a hot bag just because it makes cleanup a little bit easier. But whew, boy, you can smell that. Anyway, all right, that's all I got. I'm gonna boil for an hour. I'm not gonna make you watch it, and we'll come back when we're at the next step. See ya. All right, we got a little less than 20 minutes to go, so I'm going to insert the counterflow chiller, or I'm sorry, immersion chiller. This is to sanitize it. Yeah. Ouch. It gets hot quick. Anyway, this is going to help me cool the wort when it's done boiling, but I got to reposition it. All right, there we go. That's it. So, there you go. In about 15 minutes, I'll cut off the flame and we'll begin to chill the wort. All right, we are cooled down enough to take a sample. And then empty it into the fermenter. All right. I'm gonna let that go. We'll be back. All right, there it is. It's in the fermenter. I've got a blow-off tube attached to it into a bucket of water, sanitized water, only because last time I made this recipe, it was extremely violent fermentation, and it clogged the airlock, which is what this is, which is normally what I use, but so I'm just going to go ahead and stick the blow-off tube on there and go from that. So anyway, I'm going to go check my original gravity readings on this beer, and we'll be back. Hey guys, well, we're done. Tastes pretty good. I took a reading of it, and a little bit lower than I wanted it to be, but it is what it is, so I'm gonna live with it. So, but anyway, that's how you brew a beer, all grain beer, different than extract beer. Yeah, it does. It takes 5-6 hours of your day, but anyway, that's it. That's all I got, and I'm done. So, thanks again for watching, and I guess we'll see you again soon. Probably in a cooking video. See ya. The following morning of my brew day, you can hear the fermenter actively going. Blow off tube in some water. Nice krausen.